Previously, in Reborn Zephyr's banner.
Damn, boy!
Kuzunoha is a welfare flame 5-star limwit, who is also a healing staff unit. She follows Seimei and Yoshitsune for this year's New Year event that sheds light to more of the 12 Inamoto clans. As a welfare unit, it is not expected for her to perform well, though there are fairly recent welfare units that perform on par with good gacha units. Kuzunoha, in my opinion, is not among those that perform well. Let's see why is that the case. Kuzunoha has 2 healing skills. Her first one, Vivifying Star, restores HP to everyone with 87% potency and grants 30 seconds of over damage based on 30% of Kuzunoha's strength. With a cost of 7,700 SP, the skill's cost is pretty standard for the amount of recovery potency it provides. The overdamage that this skill provides is a nice bonus to the team. It is also 10% weaker than the overdamage from Dragalia Lily and Yukata Cassandra. Overall, this skill is a decent healing skill and the easiest way to get a unit with overdamage, as Dragalia Lily and Yukata Cassandra are gacha units. Her second skill, Fox's Curse, restores a single ally's HP with 252% potency, prioritizing the ally with the lowest HP. The cost is very high at almost 12,000 SP. This type of skill is a very old skill that wasn't available to newer units for a while, for a good reason. Most fights now sees almost everyone on the team receiving damage, not just a single unit. Because of this, simultaneous healing is more effective than single target burst healing. Overall, this skill isn't very practical in modern battles, though can be pulled off reasonably well if timed right. Oh, and another thing about Kuzunoha's skills that drives me crazy. There is a noticeable delay between her skill activation and the actual skill casting, which completely thrown off my timing when testing her in Expert Voke. The delay may be good in iframing, but as a healer, immediate healing is more important than surviving enemy attacks via iframing. For her co-abilities, her recovery potency buff is pretty standard for a healer, while her chain co-ability is basically a slightly weaker version of combo time. The chain co-ability may be weaker than the typical combo time ability, but it is certainly better than the HP equals elemental resistance buff chain co-ability, which is present pretty much everywhere. For her abilities, she has 2 resistance type abilities, one being her 100% stun resist, and the other being her 20% wind resist. The former is pretty standard, while the latter makes her slightly more survivable than most other flame healers out there. Her full HP equals strength ability isn't a particularly good ability to have on a healer, but can be pulled off if she is positioned well. Kuzunoha is a typical healer that can be played with a standard healer loadout. With 2 healing abilities, she'll most definitely benefit from skill haste and recovery potency. She can also be equipped with defense buffing and HP buffing abilities. For her dragon, perhaps High Brunhilde, as she grants a sizable HP buff. Mini Hildy is also an option if you didn't maximum out High Brunhilde. Horus is also a great option due to his attack rate buff. Lastly, Prometheus is a decent option with his 15% wind resistance buff. For her staff of choice, the Jalahorn is her go-to weapon. Chimera Tech Cardinal and Blaze Gamble are also good options if Vogue proves to be a bit of a challenge. For her imprints, I struggle to pick 10 that are suitable for her, since not many abilities suit her. Nevertheless, here they are. Honestly, Kuzunoha is a pretty average healer that is quite comparable, if not slightly better than Verica. Her combo time and over damage are certainly abilities that are very rare within the flame element, so having them easily obtainable through Kuzunoha is a pro. Unfortunately, her attack animation weighed her down pretty badly, as the delay can easily throw off many players. Though not an issue in most fights, she'll flop when fighting Voke, as a healer's role is very important when fighting him. Overall, she is an average unit with a unique yet impractical attack animation. Now go out there and throw your precious Wimites and summoning tickets for Seimei, Gozuteno, and Yoshitsune. Thank you Games for the free 10 pulls, yet I'm still going insane for not being able to pull any one of them, despite going through lots of pulls. Hopefully you guys can get these limited units before the event ends. That's all from me. Moga out.
You